I was a huge fan of Twilight when I was younger. Yeah. The musical that you never know you needed in your life by entertaining Chicago, TWIHARD. It's reimagined Twilight. It's the saga reimagined with irreverent humor, show-stopping original music, and this weekend, TWIHARD, a Twilight musical parody, will welcome the return of its original cast members, like Trey. Wait, are you Edward in TWIHARD?
No, I'm Jacob. I'm the guy that tries to kill. Yeah.
Okay,
you're the villain.
I'm the villain. Yeah.
Whoa.
Wait, and you were also in Netflix's Squid Game?
That's correct. Squid Game: The Challenge, the reality television show version, not the South Korean drama.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that show.
You lived to tell the tale.
I mean, you know, it was a very, very popular one. So Trey's return is timed to National Twilighters Day, which Anthony was very excited about.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a whole holiday for Twilight people.
Yeah, you know, the fandom's crazy.
So is that when is National? Do we know when National Twilighters Day is?
I think it's on the 13th.
Okay.
The 12th or 13th. Don't.
Okay, you're not okay.
Be tied to the movie somehow, like maybe with them going to school or something, maybe them meeting.
Or the release of the first book or something, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so
it's the 13th.
Right.
I was right the
13th.
first. Wow. Okay.
So you're going to host a special pre-show talkback at 6 p.m. and a special after show, huh? For this program.
Yeah.
So let's get into, first of all, TWIHARD and how you got involved.
Yeah. So I've been doing like musical theater and regional theater for about 10 years now. I majored in musical theater in school. I worked with Otherworld Theater on a Star Wars parody play called the Trade Federation, which is like a hyper-political take on the Star Wars prequels. And Otherworld Theater also was producing their first musical later that year, and I was like, why not? Let's see what happens. And it's TWIHARD, the Twilight musical parody.
That's awesome. So you were in the original cast, which means it's had subsequent casts.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
So I was in the first production, and then there was another production later that year when that went up that I was not in, and this is my return in a brand new, bigger space that we have.
Okay, so seeing the word TWIHARD, I'm thinking also Die Hard. Does it have anything to do with the Bruce Willis?
It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
There's a joke in the show about that, though, because my dad also had the same
all the older people like me are like,
yeah.
This is a mix between Die Hard and Twilight.
Okay, so this is the whole saga, huh? So you're following it like movie by movie?
We have references to the entire saga in the play, but it follows story-wise and like beat for beat-wise, it follows the first book and the first movie. So like you don't have to watch Breaking Dawn Part 2 in order to understand TWIHARD, the Twilight musical parody. You really should probably just watch the movie right before you go.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Okay, so you do recommend a little primer. You can't just go in totally blind.
Have you seen Twilight?
I have not, actually.
So if you want to go see TWIHARD, watch the first
Watch the first one
and you're in.
Okay, so the original run of the show, was it at the Apollo?
No, the original run was at Otherworld Space in Wrigleyville.
Oh, in Wrigleyville, okay.
So this is our first time at the Apollo. The former space we were in was like 60 seats, and now we're in the Apollo, and it's like 450.
It's a great venue. Yeah. I've seen plays there. It's awesome. Let me ask you this. I mean, I'm generally familiar with like I know all the actors, like the Kristen Stewart and the Taylor Robert Pattinson, exactly. So I mean, I know the visuals from it. What makes Twilight such fertile ground for a musical parody, would you say?
I think, and bear with me on this, it's the fan fiction and the fans. There is like this intense fandom surrounding Twilight in a way that doesn't really follow the Harry Potters or the Hunger Games. There's like, what is it, a festival in Forks, Washington, where the book takes place, and tons of people come and show up
there. They make the pilgrimage.
Exactly, precisely, exactly that.
Oh, that is wild. I had no clue.
There's like this huge fandom surrounding the books and the movies that makes it ripe for musical parody.
And you said musical parodies. So there's going to be new songs that were written about Twilight.
Yeah, it's an original musical, completely original.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did that process go?
I think it was written over the course of like a year. I mean, when we did those original 2 productions at Otherworld Theater, we did rewrites and we were like working on it like it was a new work, because it was. But we have a composer, his name is Brian Rasmussen. He wrote the entire score.
Wow.
It's almost completely sung through. There's a few scenes here and there, but it's music almost the entire way through.
Wait, so you have a voice on you, huh?
We dabble. Yeah. I'm mainly a tap dancer. I do tap dance on the show.
Amazing.
Oh, you do tap dance?
Yeah, I do tap dance.
So tell us a little bit about your own background, Trey. So you said you majored in musical theater.
That's right.
Where are you from? Where'd you go? Where'd you study musical theater?
So I studied musical theater in Westerville, Ohio at Otterbein University. I started dancing when I was about 16 years old. I trained with this guy, Leith Nunn, who also, the person who trained him was like Patrick Swayze's mom.
Oh, wow.
Or something like that.
No, I was aware that his mom was unbelievable choreographer. Swayze.
Yeah.
We all know about Patrick Swayze, right? Yeah, dancing god, right?
So I heard about Swayze all the time, you know. I took tap dance growing up. I've been tapping for a long time. And then I went out to Utah to work at the Utah Shakespeare Festival for a while. I still work there regularly as a choreographer now. I used to be a performer there for a really long time, doing school tours and stuff like that. And then I landed in Chicago in 2022, and I've been here since.
So talking about this play, is it going to be funny? What are the age appropriate? You know, how old do these kiddos have to be to go? It's
going to be funny.
Okay.
It's going to be. We recently got a note to make it more PG-13.
Oh, really? You had to downgrade it to R?
Yeah.
Or did you have to upgrade it from PG?
No, we downgraded it from R. So there are some suggestive themes. There's some swearing. I would say like it's a great time for like 16 and up.
Okay.
For not quite fun for the whole family.
I don't think littles are watching Twilight anyways.
No, maybe eventually though. You'd be surprised. I've got a 9-year-old, and he has really like a magnet gone to some of these old school movies.
Like
from my
Harry Potter and stuff?
I would say more like, we were talking about Adam Sandler, the Adam Sandler catalog.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Older, but things like, The Sandlot and other classics, like they go back to that. We just did a segment this morning, Trey, about, we interviewed one of the reporters for Block Club Chicago who was saying it's like an embarrassment of riches in the fall for the theater scene in Chicago. You said you've been here since 2022.
Yeah.
Will you talk about Chicago as a theater town? And, you said you performed out east, you've been in Utah, I believe. Talk about Chicago as a theater destination, both small theaters, larger ones.
So Chicago's really unique in the country in terms of its theater scene, because in the city itself, you have these huge theaters like the Goodman, Steppenwolf, national name recognition, And then you also got touring houses, Broadway and Chicago. But we also have something really unique here, which is the storefront theater scene. And that's where Otherworld is. That's how TWIHARD got its start, where it's these small hole-in-the-walls, like shoebox theaters that are like 50, 60 seats that put on original works year-round, basically. I can think of a few: Red Twist, Otherworld, Korn Productions in my neighborhood in North Center, and tons and tons more.
They're scattered. I will like drive by a block and I'll see a theater.
Exactly.
What's playing there?
Yeah.
I have a question
cool.
off of that. Yeah. So Chicago, big theater town. And this is just my curious brain, and maybe someone at home thought the same thing. So my family went to Frozen. It was a theater production. It was outstanding.
In Paramount.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. But my question was, just as somebody who was watching, is this their full-time job, or is this just like a side gig? Like for you guys in theater, is this your full-time thing?
So there are theaters in which it can be. Paramount specifically treats their actors extremely well, and they get
well compensated.
Well compensated.
Oh, okay.
Because of the actors union, the union actors will get paid more, and usually that can parlay into making it their full-time job.
Oh.
But almost every actor I know, and almost every actor I know in the city, has a side gig. So it is, if you're getting booked back to back on shows, it is enough money for it to be your full-time job.
But you've got to be busy.
I mean, the practices, I can't even imagine. They're so talented.
Oh my gosh.
Like I can't imagine them having time to do anything else. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
These smaller productions that are at these storefront theaters that you've been talking about, how frequently do they graduate, if ever, to the bigger venues in Chicago? Does
Not
that happen?
frequently.
Not
It doesn't happen almost.
How would that,
ever.
so it almost never happens.
No.
So you could have a run of sold out TWIHARD shows. Like, I mean, literally, like you get buzz in all the papers. This show is unbelievable. It won't get picked up by a bigger venue. That doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. Mainly because like Chicago has like almost like a shortage of like those medium-sized venues.
So it's the jump is too big.
The jump is too big. So like you're going from like 50 seats to 500. You know.
Yeah.
Who
So
makes
there
that
needs to be
decision?
some intermediate spaces.
I was just to say, like, who's pulling what goes on at these theaters? I guess they probably have a board and stuff.
Apollo is like one of the best spaces for that sort of mid-size jump. It's honestly the only theater that I can think of that has less than more than 300 seats. That's somewhere between 300 and 500 in the city.
But it doesn't graduate to the Chicago Theater, what? It's like a few thousand seats.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Between Chicago Theater, between like Cadillac Palace, like these theaters are too big.
This is great.
Yeah.
This is so juicy. It's so fun to
this is great. All right, so Trey, run us through again. We're out of time, but run us through where people can check out TWIHARD and where.
You can check out TWIHARD at the Apollo Theater on North Lincoln Avenue in the Uptown neighborhood. It's right by DePaul. It's also right by a Raising Cane's, so go there and then go see the show. And also you can find me on social media, but who cares about that?
No, we care about that. Do we have his handle that we can flash up on the screen?
It's a Choo Choo. Wait, oh no, that's well. Go
TWIHARD the
TWIHARD
musical.
as well. But
Choo Choo Trey?
Choo Choo Train.
Oh, that's good.
TREYN.
Very clever.
Twain.
Very clever.
Got it.
All right, TWIHARD's Trey Plutnicki, everybody, joining us here on ChicagoNOW. Oh,
Mr. Edward himself. No.
Yes.
Jacob,
the villain. All right, thank you so much for being here, Trey. We really appreciate it.